Hi. So we bought some blinds online and we told the company that we bought them from that we needed to hang them in the middle of our lanai cage. So of course they, in their rush to glory, sent us these blinds, but they gave us mounting brackets that mount on the top. And actually they're supposed to mount at the top of the lanai cage beam instead of in the middle. So with a little bit of engineering ingenuity, I have actually mounted this in the middle, as you can see over here, using some aluminum framing from Home Depot and some homemade brackets. And I'm going to document for you all, in case someone ever has to run across this, how to mount these type of blinds in the middle of the lanai. This is a sort of a learn-as-you-go project. After mounting these blinds yesterday, you'll notice that the silver clips are very visible through the back side of the lanai, which is aesthetically, I really don't like it. It's not very pleasing. So before I go mounting the next set, I'm going to go ahead and paint those brackets with the same bronze aluminum paint to try and match them up. Okay, so I'm going to paint these brackets here. This is the brown paint I was telling you about that matches the lanai cage. Just going to try and get a light coat going where it just hides the silver. Get all the edges done. I don't care too much about the top because no one's going to see the top. And as you can see, this is a very simple process. It's just going to make... Okay, so this is the piece I got from Home Depot. It's just a lanai cage rail, and it's 10 foot long. I'm going to use my table saw to cut it off right here, and this will act as the support brace that we're going to put the actual brackets mounted inside of here, inside the track, using a lock system. And I'll show you the lock system I developed after I get this cut. Okay, so went ahead and cut the brace off to the right length, and now I drilled 2 end holes here that match up with this bracket that we bought. The bracket is going to be mounted to the post, and then the rail itself that will support the blind will be mounted like this. So I've matched up the bracket holes. I've been able to drill 2 holes with bolts through it. This gets mounted first. This gets mounted on the bracket next, and then the blinds get mounted to it. And the last piece is I've cut a aluminum bar up into quarters, and this will slide in here with the brackets underneath mounted to it. But I'll get to that in a few minutes. Okay, so I cut the aluminum bar up into squares. I measured it off to make sure that it would fit the bracket. And this is how it's going to go on the bracket with nuts and bolts. Once it's drilled and has nuts and bolts, it will then slide into here, like so. And this is what will be used to attach to the blinds that will hold it up. So I'm going to go ahead and drill this one out here. This is where a drill press would come in nice and handy, but I don't have one, so okay, so I've cut the braces right here. I'm going to go ahead and put lock washers on and a couple of nuts. Not me, but physical nuts, like so. And then I'm going to slide this in here like this. And the first mark is, where's the first mark? All right, first mark is down here, right there. And I'm going to try and keep it straight and lock it down. If I can find my screwdrivers over here. Always tighten one side and then the other so that it stays straight. With the lock washers in place, you don't really have to use a lot of torque on these to keep them up. You're working with aluminum, so you do not want to have to bend this and cut a new rail brace on it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach the other two, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how we mount the brace itself. Okay, so I've just finished attaching all three of the brackets that are going to hold down the hold up the blinds. Now the next step is going to be to actually mount this using the corner brackets on the side. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I've attached the brackets now up here. As you can see, the brace will fit up. I'm going to bolt the brace up here, and then the blinds clip to the brackets. Critical to get this measurement right and get it level. So there's an old expression, you know, measure twice, cut once. Well, this is measure 9 or 10 times with a level to make sure you get this right. Otherwise, the blinds will be crooked. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mount the brace now, and then the blinds, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, so as you can see, I've mounted the support member to the frame here on it. Now I'll try and shoot underneath here as I can. You can see I use lock washers and bolts underneath. It's on there pretty tight. I used a level to make sure that we were okay as far as being level across there. I think that looks level. I hope. Yeah, that looks a dead bang on it. So that was the hardest part, really, is getting the angle irons cut, the brace supports, as you can see, the metal brackets up there supporting them. So now I'm going to push the blinds into place and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, we've got both sets up here, 2 down, 2 to go. They do work. We attach the stoppers at the bottom to make sure. We're going to have to get a little rub or something here to push out on here so we don't mark up the bar more than we need to. But they go all the way down and they go all the way back up again. Somebody suggested I take a pair of scissors and shorten the shade. I'm not going to do that. I'll just stop at the bottom. But that's it. I'm going to also walk around the back and show you the difference in having the brackets painted versus unpainted. Okay, so as I was telling you before, you can see how painting the brackets the same color as the blinds turned out. It actually looks a lot better than the unpainted ones here, which may be another project taking those down, but not today. All right, thanks for watching the video. Greatly appreciate it. Any feedback or comments or questions, feel free. Have a great one. God bless.